If you believe aliens have visited Earth, then you must also conclude that they have done so in secret, and that this was done on purpose. Because if a race is so powerful it can traverse the galaxy, do you think politicians would genuinely be capable of covering up their presence? They can barely hide it when they've porked an intern. How could they keep an entire race of visiting aliens out of the public eye? But why would extraterrestrials do this? Why all the subterfuge? Why would aliens visit Earth in secret? Starting at number 6, to observe. When David Attenborough studies the mating habits of iguanas, he doesn't burst in like Leeroy Jenkins and perve away. He watches from a distance, using hidden cameras so as to not disturb them. By observing from afar, Mr. Attenborough is able to see how lizard love goes down when nobody's watching. Because let's face it, if you know you're on TV, you'd put on a show for the folks at home. If aliens wanted to get a realistic picture of what life on Earth was like, they would follow this guidance. Because when we humans become aware of an extraterrestrial presence, the way we respond to government, religion, and each other would be fundamentally changed. Aliens would learn nothing of our true nature by making themselves known, so it makes sense for them to remain in the shadows. At 5, to protect. It's a sad truth that some people find it hard to deal with strangers from the next town over. So you can imagine how we'd react to a group of intergalactic interlopers turning up at our front door with their strange vehicles, weird outfits, and incomprehensible genitalia. I mean, what can you even do with a purple bone cube? Do I just lick it? However hostile we are, it is considered unlikely an alien race would come with the intention of harming us. But if they did, they'd probably hide in preparation for a sneak attack. And if their goal was to enslave, a period of secret observation would be needed to deduce our suitability for certain tasks. Kinda like Undercover Boss, but with Keith the HR manager replaced by Zargon, Consumer of Worlds. However, if an alien race spent more than 5 minutes watching us, they'd learn we're far too lazy to be slaves. And since our planet is probably nothing special in the grand scheme of the universe, they're probably not coming for our resources either. So, any civilization making the effort to drop by must surely be intent on interacting with us in a positive way. And if that's true, they'll know the importance of treading lightly to keep us safe. 4. It's exactly what we'd do. Why are we so sure that an alien race might stay in secret and try to observe us from a distance? Why should they act and behave in a certain way? Well, we've come to this conclusion because it's precisely what we would do, according to the U.S. military manual 7 Steps to Contact. Produced in the 1950s, this guide asserts we'd begin with a period of covert surveillance and information gathering, before moving on to a clandestine visitation mission and the taking of live samples. If we deem them friendly, humanity will then make itself known to as many beings as possible in a non-threatening manner. Obviously, this guide was created at a time when we thought it possible for the human race to land on foreign worlds in our lifetime. But despite its unrealistic expectations, the 7 Steps to Contact guide still gives us an idea of how an alien race might act in our presence. So, if this is really how alien contact would go down, what stage are we in right now? At number 3, they're waiting. The zoo hypothesis speculates that humanity is being observed by an alien race today, and that this might have been going on for some time. But what are they waiting for? Why don't the aliens make themselves known? Then we can get busy sharing ideas and making some sweet hybrids. The answer to this question is simple. We are nothing but cosmic jailbait. Our civilization is too young to handle contact in a mature and productive manner. So we must wait until we've passed certain technological, biological, or ethical checkpoints before we're able to enter the galactic community. This theory is intended as a solution to the Fermi paradox, which states that given the age of the universe, we should definitely have met another race by now. And since we haven't, they must be hiding from us until we're all grown up. But the Fermi paradox also gives us another possible answer to our original question. For if alien civilizations have existed for millions of years longer than us, surely they'll be more advanced than we are. And if that's true, might they be too advanced for us to recognize? 2. It's not deliberate. The premise of this video was to investigate the reasons why aliens would visit Earth and keep their presence secret. But this assumes they would only do so deliberately. The truth is, any civilization capable of traveling between stars and galaxies could be so far beyond our comprehension that it'd be like introducing a duck to an amoeba. Sure, they're physically next to each other, and both might on some level be able to detect each other's presence, but would they know what they were looking at? Would they be able to identify each other as life forms? No, clearly not. No meaningful interaction would ever take place between these two organisms without millions of years of evolutionary development. So why would it be different for humans and aliens? An organism several million years ahead might be so seamlessly integrated with the universe that we barely even register that they're there. Instead of a physical form which we can see and interact with, they may exist on the quantum level, or another plane of reality entirely. And while such a civilization may be aware of our presence, they'd find it impossible to communicate with our low-level minds. Because if most phone chargers aren't backwards compatible after 2 years, million-year disparate life forms sure won't be. And at number 1, why bother? The million-year head start we've just mentioned is a very conservative estimate. Our world is 4.5 billion years old, but the universe is pushing 14 billion. So any civilization we meet will probably be older by hundreds of millions or even billions of years. And this gives rise to a devastating possibility. We may not deserve to be contacted in the first place. How often do you think about the bugs that live on your skin, the bacteria which inhabits your stomach, or the virus you picked up from that trip to Tijuana? The answer is rarely or never. So why would an advanced extraterrestrial race deem us important enough to speak with? We may be as significant as those skin bugs, and as comparatively evolved as the bacteria in your stool. So, the most likely reason why aliens haven't contacted us is that they simply don't care. Ooh, my pride. What a depressing end. How can we pep things up a little? Ooh, I know. Let's look at some evidence that aliens have been trying to speak to us in our bonus video, Potential Alien Signals, which you can watch on our Patreon page at patreon.com/strange mysteries. For a $2 a month pledge, which you can cancel at any time, you'll get to watch this, and indeed all of our bonus content which goes deeper and darker into every topic than YouTube allows. If you don't want to donate, then it's cool, we still love you. And we'll continue to provide the best content we can under YouTube's restrictions, as you'll find out by watching our recent video on the meaning of life in relation to the universe.